short bit that goes hand in hand with the next video about where and why to fish. This is simply my buoy locations. I did not include them in the next video that you'll see about this, but I wanted to include them. These are 9 buoy locations that I think are essential for anybody who's interested in fishing for the monsters here at the Maldives. And the next video will explain everything about why the buoys are laid down right here. So with that said, I'm just going to get to the buoy locations. This is the part where I'll show you where to fish at in the Maldives for just the uni black marlins and the uni swordfish. And I am going to be using my primary player's FishPad because he's got a lot of markers on it. And let's just get right to that and get going. Every marker you can see is a uni swordfish or a uni black marlin, and I don't have any markers except for one striped marlin uni on here, and everything else is uni black marlins or swordfish. So I'm going to jump right into it. This is my primary sword fishing area right over here. Is this whole line right down through here, and it's a lot of good fish here. You can see all these markers. Every one of them's a uni, and if I'm looking for swordfish, I'll almost always come here and just fish this whole spot right there. And I see people catching them down here, but you don't see any markers down here for me because I have fished all down through here, and I don't have any unis down through here. And down here on the southern end, same thing. I get a lot of trophies down here between these two markers, but not much else. Although I did get my Kaibutsu down here, my 1299.8. I've been trying to get a 1,300 pounder out here for ever, and people catch them. I see them posted up, but I get a 1299.8 from Fishing Planet, so thanks. And my secondary fishing area, I don't sound bitter, do I? My secondary swordfish area is right down through here, and this area I like because this area seems to have something that the other areas don't have in the black marlins and swordfish, which is I've caught triples down here in a row in this area right down here, back to back to back, and I've got some doubles out of here too, and I saw another guy do it too. I saw him catch 3 in an hour, 3 in a row in an hour. So I've done it, and I have found that in no other place in the game do I just catch doubles or even triples like that. That's something else I'm hoping to get one day, is catch 4 unis in a row like that, 4 uni swords or something. And you won't catch back-to-back black marlins in this game. I have yet to have anything like that happen. So my secondary area, I'm just going to point out this little area. Let's see, where's that at? Right over here. Up here. You can catch black marlins up through here too. These are black marlins, more exploratory kind of stuff, but I've caught them up here. And this is for sailfish right up here along this thing up here. 6, 8-aught hooks, trolling lures and stuff, sailfish right there. So let's get back to the black marlin area. I always start right here, and I follow a track that goes down to here. The reason I don't start here is because the sun rises kind of down here in this area, and if you start here and you start going north on the map, you have the sun in your face when you're fighting a fish. And when you go to take a picture of it on your catamaran, if that's what you got, if you're on the Vulcan, it'd probably be okay because you'll be on the back of the boat facing the sun. But if you're on the catamaran, he always takes you to the front of the boat, and now the sun's to your back, and that's not a good thing. I have a production company, so I was talk about photography. And so if you want to take pictures, you'd be better off coming from this direction down. When you're on your front of your catamaran, the sun will actually be illuminating everything properly. So you start up here, and the crotch of the Maldives phallus here, okay, and you come down here and you start following the shaft all the way down, all the way around to the tip, okay, right there. Now, I don't catch too many fish right through here. I've fished a bunch here, and I haven't caught that many Most of them are from this buoy all the way up the shaft, right here, up into the crotch area. And you get these nice clusters, especially you can see starting here all the way down through there. And just tons of them. There's just tons of black marlins down through here. Big ones, 1,300 pounders and stuff can be caught right through here. And if anybody wondering why I call it the Maldives phallus, do I need to say more? I mean, I think Fishing Planet put a joke in here, seriously. So that's pretty much where to fish at, guys, for swords and the black, just the uni ones. And there's a lot of other places in this map you can fish. I've caught a couple uni swords over here, and I had a fish return on my fish finder one time up here. And I can't explain what they were, but they were about whale size returns. They were bigger than anything I've ever seen in the game. I mean, if you see the big fish on your fish scope, they were 3 or 4 times bigger than that. I mean, 3 or 4 of them took up my whole screen. And I don't know what they were, but I saw them, and I wish I would have recorded it. But up in here somewhere, man, I saw something weird on my fish scope one time. So, you have come to the Maldives like I did on the DLC, and when you got here, you opened up your fish pad, and this is what you saw. 2 tones, and no geography on your fish pad, no GPS. And you're probably scratching your head, some of you, asking why is my fish pad not working proper, and what do I got to do to fix it? And the first question is answered with, you didn't go to Kaji no Ri yet. The game expects you to go to Kaji no Ri and fish there before you come to the Maldives. And because you skipped going to Kaji no Ri, you skipped the missions called Gadget Galore. And because you skipped Gadget Galore, your fish pad reward for coming to the Maldives and spending $60 is a broken fish pad. So, what you're going to have to do to fix your fish pad is that you're going to have to go to Kaji no Ri when you get to level 83, and I just recommend that you fish your way there. Buying the Kaji no Ri DLC just to fix your fish pad seems like a bit much on the money, so fish your way there. It took me approximately 100 hours and about 21 to 23 or 4 days, I think, to get there, level 83, so I could go fix my fish pad. And the fish pad being broken is an annoyance. It's not a hindrance or anything like that. The only thing I ever use my fish pad for in the first place is really just moving around the map. And I mean, I throw markers and stuff like that around, but really just to move around the map is the only reason that I have it. So it's just an annoyance to not have it like working proper. So you go to Kaji no Ri at level 83, and you go meet with Kathmandu here and his collection of cats, and he will give you a mission starting with Gadgets Galore, which is 3 parts to it, to unlock the 3 parts of your saltwater fish pad, because the saltwater fish pad is different than the freshwater fish pad, which is why they expect you to go to Kaji no Ri first, because it's the first saltwater map, and Maldives is the second. I guess Norway would be the third now. But you go to Kaji no Ri, and you see this guy here, and he gives you the Gadgets Galore stuff. And the first mission in Gadgets Galore is called Meow Tents. And Meow Tents will unlock the first part of your fish pad, the GPS part, which is the part that you want to unlock. The second and the third part, I don't even really think they're worth it on the pad. It just adds a depth meter and a fish sonar thing on it. I'm not even sure why it's on there to begin with. You only need the GPS at any map. So what you're going to do is you're going to buy the following equipment. You need to be a level 78 to buy this stuff. But if you fished your way there, obviously you're level 78. So I started by doing the easiest thing I could possibly do and to get through this mission, and it only took me probably 40 minutes to do all the missions to finish unlocking my pad, doing it the way I did it here. It might take you longer if you decide to cast lures and you can only have one rod out and things like that. It's definitely going to be slower, but I did it the fastest way that you could possibly do it. So I bought 3 of the Gary Scott Equator Match rods. I bought 3 of the Limplosion 13,000s and stuck them on there. And I then spooled it up with 76-pound braid, freshwater braid. I bought a pack of number 6 barbless hooks, 1 bait coin, and I bought a pack of number 6/0 barbless hooks, 2 bait coins. Grabbed 3 chubby lures, or 3 chubby bobbers. And if you don't have it already, grab the Rod Pod Quartet. You can get this at level 50. You're just going to need it in the game anyway. So for bait to start with, you'll get shrimps, and you'll want to get some of the sea worms, and you can get the shrimp at level 30, you get the sea worms at 54, the mullets come up at 54, and the scaled sardines come up at 55. So after you've got your bait and everything together, you will then want to set up your rods and reels, and this is the setup that you're going to use for it. And the first baits you're going to use for the anchovies and the mackerels would be the sea worms. Set your bobbers at 24 inches and cast 20-30 feet off the shore, and you'll have them things in no time. After you get done getting the anchovies and the mackerels in, you'll then be given the squid challenge. And again, you were given a squid jig for the Meow Tents mission. Skip the squid jig unless you just want to use it, and you can stick it on your spinning rod and it'll work on that to catch them. But I was trying to do this as fast as I could, so I am still same rod and reel. All I did was change the bait. The squid like these shrimp. Okay, so you want to put these shrimp on. It even says right there, bigfin reef squid is a target fish. So just use that float match rod with shrimp on it, number 6 hook. You'll catch the squid in no time. So after you get your squid done, you'll be offered striped bonitos. And the striped bonitos are like 8 to 10 pounds. You only got to catch 3 of them. Again, same setup as you're going to use to catch the squid with. Works for them too. Okay, so just move to that location, start casting the same thing in. You'll catch the striped bonitos. And you can also use the finger mullets to catch striped bonitos. It even says there, striped bonitos are a target fish of the mullets. So after you get done with the striped bonitos, you will then be offered narrow-barreled mackerels and Japanese amberjacks or others. And you can use pilkers, it says. Again, skip the pilkers. Time-consuming unless you just want to do it that way, which is fine, but I'm trying to get through this. And lo and behold, the same rod, reel, and bait works for the mackerels and the amberjacks. Okay, they'll catch this even on that number 6 hook, not a problem. The amberjacks don't have big mouths to begin with, not like the mackerels do, but the amberjacks don't have big mouths, so 6 hook, totally not a problem there. But if say you wanted to fish a lure, when you get to level 83, you can buy this rod and reel and saltwater line, and you can start buying some of the smaller pilkers at level 83, and you can set this up at 83, this setup right here, and you could use this for casting. You could use this for the squid jig. If you were wanting to go catch squid, you could use this for the squid. This rod is pretty versatile right here if you're wanting a lure rod just to go saltwater fishing with. It's got a lot of backbone and stuff in it. So let's see here. And if you're going after the mackerels and the amberjacks, the baits would be shrimps and mullets and the scaled sardines. So after you get done with that one, you will then be given to catch 2 dogtooth tunas. And going back to the float equipment, match equipment, change your hook to a 6/0 hook and put some scaled sardines on there. You only got to catch 2. The ones I caught were 68 and 78 pounds. And this rod and reel was quite capable of getting those fish in. And again, if you wanted to fish a lure, this would be the rod, this setup right here with the bigger pilkers. If you use the 2 1/8 ounce 4/0 pilkers there, the bigger ones, that's in the lure category, which is the biggest one you can buy at level 83, that'll work for the dogtooths too. But really just fishing with the bait equipment right here and the float equipment, like right here, is really the way to go if you just want to finish that done. And after you get to Dogtooth, what you got to do then, it'll send you back to Kathmandu here, and he'll pat you on the back and tell you what a great job you've done, but unfortunately you still have one more mission to do. And the next mission has no fishing in it. It wants you to go look at a leaping whale, and it'll go to the location, and you'll drop your anchor. Make sure you drop your anchor, it's important, and watch the whale jump around for a minute. It'll still say calibrating. Just pull your anchor up, and as soon as you do, it'll say calibration complete, and it will then have you go back to Kathmandu again, and he will tell you what a great job you've done and how your GPS system is now unlocked. And he will take your FishPad and take it from this to this. And that's all you want. That's the final part of the whole mission, is just to get your GPS back like this. And once you're done like this, hey, you can stay here and fish. You can go back to the Maldives, which is what I did, and just go back to fishing again. And at least I had a pad that looked better, and it just wasn't as annoying as the other pad was. So, hey, tight lines and good luck, guys.